Today we begin a new series called An Open Heaven. And you have to read 2 Samuel chapter 6 verses 1 to 13. Read it, discuss it. What do you get from that passage? What can you learn from that passage? And it's all about the manifested presence of God. To know God is present. To experience the presence of God. Because when you know He's there, you cannot say what you want to say. You cannot even think what you want to think. You cannot do what you want to do. When you know He is present, He is looking on. So it's all about the manifested presence of God. And you have to discuss the statement that says, it's not to get more from God, but to get more of God. Discuss that statement. So David became king, and the first thing he wanted to do was bring back the Ark of the Covenant, because the Ark symbolizes the manifested presence of God. And he knew, I need the Ark, the presence of God. So he went with a new cart and oxen and put the Ark on the cart, on his wagon. And when they were on their way back, the oxen stumbled, and one of the men tried to stabilize the ark, and he fell dead. Why? Can you discuss that? Why did that man die? And think about how God constructed, how God said the ark must be carried. Think about that. So, and then David left the ark at the house of a man called Obed-Edom, who is a Philistine from the city of Goliath. He left the ark there with a Philistine, an enemy. Why do you think he left it with an enemy? And then he got the report that the house of that man Obed-Edom is blessed, and everything he has is blessed. So what do you learn from that? The whole country knew that the man where the ark was in the house was blessed. Remember, the ark symbolizes the manifested presence of God. Whenever God enters your life, enters your house, you put your house in a cycle of blessing. You will be blessed. When God is present, you will be blessed. When you are aware of His presence, you come into a cycle of blessing. So David heard about it, and he wanted to come back and fetch the ark. And then a wonderful thing happens, because Obed-Edom didn't want to stay there. He went with the ark, because once you have tasted the manifested presence of God, you don't want to live without it anymore. Not religion, but the manifested presence of God. To live in and aware of the manifested presence of God. No matter who you are and where you're from, when you have the presence of God, when God enters, everything changes. So the question is then, how can I get the manifested presence of God in my life and in my home? So I give you 5 statements how to get an open heaven above your life and your home. How to get the Lord entering your house. 5 things. Discuss every one of those 5 things in a very practical manner. Be practical about it. And then we end with a statement that says, God isn't interested in your IQ, but in your I will. And I hope that when you go through this material, you will experience the presence of God like never before.